Welcome back, guys, to another Optimize and Upgrade episode, and I think you're going to find this one fascinating. There's so much to do. Let's get on with it. There was an upgrade, or an update to the game this morning, and I don't know whether this is coincidence, but I've spotted two things that I haven't spotted before, and it might be coincidence or it might be this upgrade. I'll let you decide. So the first thing is this tip instantly popped up when I logged into the game. A station is crowded. This has a negative impact on the quality of a station. The station layer gives an overview of the quality of all stations. Now, I have seen the information in game about stations being crowded and it affects the quality or whatever, but it looks like they've now added this specific tip, and this points you to go to here and look at the station overlay, which is something that I've kind of neglected, to be honest. And I tell you what, it's pretty useful. Because if we go over here, we can instantly see where we've got overcrowded stations, which is kind of useful. Although, to be honest, you do get the same information, but with numbers in the station statistics. But I think this is very useful. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, let's get rid of that. The second thing is, if we go down to, not Hunkerbrief, Guggets. If we go down to Guggets and we look at this cargo, this exclamation mark. Now, again, this could be coincidence that I've just happened to spot it now, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that they've added this. And if you mouse over it, it says some cargo items are lost because the station is overcrowded. Now, we knew this, right? Because in one of the dev blogs, they said about where you've got overcrowded platforms or overcrowded, well, passenger or cargo platforms, then, for example, passengers will leave. And if we go to one of those overcrowded stations, let's have a look. We go to one of these. Now, I've looked at overcrowded stations before, and I don't remember seeing this exclamation mark, because it kind of pokes you in the eye, and I'm pretty sure I would have seen it. So I think they've added this. Some passengers leave because the station is overloaded. So we're going to deal with some of those things. But before we deal with that, I think we should do some upgrades, because the upgrades are going to have potentially quite a big impact on those things. So I think we should do the upgrades first and then do that. So, man, where are we going to start? We're going to start with upgrading our road vehicles, because we've got some big upgrading to do. So I'm going to filter out just roads, just road vehicles. And then we're going to go up here. You know, I'm going to expand this a little bit, and then we're going to take all of our local bus routes. I'm going to include the intercity bus routes as well. I'm going to get all of these selected, and there's quite a few of them. I've been busy with the bus routes, and LB Crutchy and LB Spark, and that's it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So we want to upgrade all of these vehicles to newer vehicles, and we've got two newer vehicles to upgrade to. We've got the Ducks. Now the Ducks, bear in mind, we're currently using the Droshkis. Here's the Droshkis. We're currently using the Droshkis, which is 12 miles an hour, full capacity. The Ducks is 25 miles an hour, right? That's instantly double the capacity. And the capacity goes up from 4 to 5. All right, so that's more than double the capacity if we do the upgrade. So that's going to impact our lines quite significantly. And then we've got also the Gaggenau C40. The C40 was one of the first city buses in the Russian Empire. It was manufactured in Germany. I've had a few questions about the vehicle set that I'm using. And we're using the Asian vehicle set, which includes Russian, Chinese, Japanese, all kinds of different Asian vehicles. Asian countries, vehicles from Asian countries. That was what I was trying to say. Now, I think the way we should do this, the Gaggenau is slightly slower, but it's got an increased capacity. I think what we should do is upgrade to the Ducks, so that, like our intercity buses, we definitely want them to be Duxes. Most of our locals, I think we want to be Duxes, and then specific high capacity lines we want to upgrade to the Gaggenau. So we're going to upgrade to the Duxes. That's going to cost me 11 million, 180 vehicles to be replaced. Do it. Boom. All right. So now we've got Duxes on all the lines. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. So that's the first thing. The other thing, we should have a look at our road vehicles. So let's have a look. Sorry, our trucks. So we've got Honkerbriff Food, Alex Fuel, Barton Fuel, Guggets Food, and Guggets Fuel. Just the 5 at the moment. All right, so let's upgrade those. What choices have we got? Cargo. We can now go from, we're using these flatbed, Asian flatbed horse-drawn carriages at the moment, which carry 5 at 12 miles an hour. We can go to this truck, which is, to be honest, not that much of an upgrade. It's still 12 miles an hour, diesel engined, but it's got a capacity of 6 rather than 5. So obviously we're going to replace that. 23 vehicles to be replaced. It's only going to cost us like less than $1 million. So yeah, go on. Replace all of those. Okay, so that's that done. Having done that, we're going to go down to that Guggets one because I want to look at this. Because currently, all the fuel and the food is being put on the same line. It's all going on to Guggets Fuel. Shouldn't be, because we've got Guggets Fuel and we've got Guggets Food. And they're 2 lines going to 2 different places. And if I bring up, let's see, if I grab that, we can see the food demanding buildings are all over there, and the fuel demanding buildings are all over here. So we definitely want these going to the right places. So how are we going to sort that out? Well, first thing we're going to do is go to, now is this is line manager, I think. Yes, line manager. So if we go to Guggets Fuel and go to, now this is Guggets City Branch. I'm going to go into the filter, and I'm going to say the only thing I want you to do here is load fuel. Right, ignore everything else, just load fuel. And then we'll go to Guggets Food, and I'm going to now, you're on the other platform, aren't you? Yes, you are. Guggets Food, we'll say we want you to filter, and the only thing we want you to do is load food. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. So the question is that going to get moved over? But I think we should also expand the capacity. So let's configure this, and we'll throw in, if we can, yes we can, we'll extend the platforms. There we go. Awesome. Source. So having extended the platforms, as that, yes, that's got rid of the exclamation mark. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. So I guess, you know, let's keep that. Let's keep that up, I guess, for now. Let's see if we run this on. Is the food going to get? Yes. Well, the new food has gone over here, which is good. I'm hoping that food is going to move over here. Oh, we've got our new trucks. Picking up fuel, lovely. Get it out of there. Now, how many vehicles have we got on these lines? We've got 3 on the fuel line and 5 on the food line. I might put one extra, let's put one extra vehicle on. So what do I want? I want Guggets Food, and we will, you know, we'll just clone one of the vehicles. So clone that vehicle. No, clone it. Not replace it, clone it. Go away. Did I clone? Yeah, I've already cloned it. I've cloned it twice, apparently. You know what? It's fine. Two's fine. Look how much food's there now. So yeah, probably adding the second one, not a bad idea. I've been kind of yakking to give our buses time to deal with some of these queues, but looks like we've still got some queues. So let's investigate this, because this is, again, I think this is kind of interesting. Let's bring up the station overlay. Oh look, no, see, that's not overcrowded anymore. Let's go and have a look at Honkerbriff. That one's a little bit overcrowded, but it's still close to very good, even though it's got like 48 passengers there. Huh. Okay, well that's kind of interesting. I was expecting there to be still cute, but you know what? That one's the one over here's gone as well. So Yeah, like I said, adding those new vehicles has more than doubled our capacity of our buses. Let's see, where was that? I can't even see where that crowded bus. Oh, it's this one, isn't it? See, we're down to 39. It's amazing how just a small, well, I mean, I say a small upgrade. We've doubled the capacity, but it starts to eat into these numbers very quickly. Okay, cool. Well, let's have a little look around and see if we got any overcrowded. Oh, that was overcrowded for a second, and then a ship turned up. But there's not much we can do about that. I mean, I could extend the docks, but the docks are already like pretty big. I think extending them further would make it look a bit silly. So I'm going to live with that how it is. Corpse Hatch. Corpse Hatch is looking good. Joburg. Yeah, Joburg's all looking good. Barton. Oh, now we've got a little busy station down here, 17th Street. 54 passengers. And I'm just checking like the stops leading up to it, because the reason there's a load of passengers here is what happens is, let's bring up like line 2. So the bus goes out, right, and it'll pick up a couple of passengers, and then by the time it gets to here, it's full, right? So it can't pick up any passengers from here. And this is what happens. This bus stop just builds up, builds up, builds up. Often, if you have a look, the stop before it is full as well. Not in this case, though. So we've only got a little bit of a backlog. So I think what we'll do is, so this is Bart 2. We will go to the vehicle manager for LB Bart 2. Here we go, LB Bart 2. And I think we'll just put an extra couple of vehicles on. So let's clone a couple of vehicles. Clone, please. There we go. Thank you. All right. So we'll see if adding just a couple of vehicles will get that down. So we'll come back to that in a bit. So this is 17th Street in Barton. All right. Let's keep looking around. Alextown on the Thomas. We have got a very busy station over here. Yeah, very busy. 61 people waiting. It's causing people to leave. If we go to the stop before it, we've got 4 people waiting. But you see, that bus is now full. So yeah, I'm thinking we need a couple of buses on here as well. So LB Alex 2. LB Alex 2. We've already got 7 vehicles on here, but we'll add a couple more. Clone. Man, the new tools, I've got to say, love the new tools. Now, you might say, oh man, it's a bit of a pain having to like go around. See, look, we're already starting to eat into these numbers. It's a bit of a pain having to go around like that and look. If we go and have a look at the station statistics, right, now you can get the same information down here. If we sort this by cargo. So you can see where you've got lots of passengers queued up. The thing that I think is missing, personally, right, is they should have added that exclamation mark to here as well, right? Because what I would really like to do, because it's like, okay, I've got 130 passengers. Oh, okay, I've got about over 100 passengers waiting here. But is that station overcrowded? Now you can tell from the quality. So if I sort by the quality, go up to the top. So I've got one station which is very poor. Okay, poor, very poor. But everywhere else is very good. Now I can tell you, before I did the upgrades, there were quite a few more that were not good. But look, every station is very good. So we've got one very poor and one good. So we need to address this. So this is Chunyung Street in Sparrowtown. So let's head over. Let's have a look. Oh yes, this is very busy. Now, let's see. We've got 63 people. This is LB2. So the stop preceding this would be, you know what, if I bring up my stops. So the stop before this would be Chang'an Avenue. And have we got... See, look, we've got 16 people because it's backing up. Because the buses are picking up people on the way round. Let's bring up the line again. So the buses are going round, they're picking people up, and by the time they get to here, they're either full or virtually full. So they might pick up like 1 or 2 from here, but then they're completely full by the time they get to here. So we'll do a little bit of upgrading. So LB Spar 2, let's have a look. What do I want? Vehicle Manager. LB Spar 2. And again, we'll just do the same thing. We'll just clone a couple of vehicles. Because it doesn't take much to start getting these numbers down. So let's clone those vehicles. Cool. See, I'm really, like, you might be tempted to throw on, like, 4 or 5 extra vehicles. Because it's like, wow, like 65 vehicles. That's like, it's like 11 vehicle loads more. It's about 14 vehicle loads. But it's amazing how increasing the just a couple of vehicles starts to get the numbers down. Let's just watch this. So you've shown up. There's another vehicle right behind. You got capacity. You're full. 62. But the thing is, they've got to clear the backlog from here first. Okay, that's down to 10. I might put one more on the line. I might put one more. LB Spar 2. Clone that vehicle, please. So one more on the line. See, he's just picked up. He's now full. But we're still at 10. Okay, now we're down to 5. And once we clear that backlog, then we can start to eat into this backlog. Awesome sauce. Now, at the beginning of the episode, we were making around 11 million or so. But I think the previous year we'd made 15. But now, man, we're kind of flying. 17 million, then 15 million. And it looks like we're currently up around 16, 17 million. This gives you like the previous 12 months wherever you are in the year. And by the way, I think a lot of people are misunderstanding how the date works, right? Time is still moving. The game is still counting months and years, right? It's just the date isn't changing, right? And the only thing that the date affects is when you get new vehicles. So I think some people think that, well, if you've paused the date, then you're just getting free money because, like, you're not paying your loans, and yeah, you are. Yeah, this is just literally stopping the date moving forward. That's all it does. Everything else, all the financial stuff is exactly the same. 17, 15. Oh, loving it. Let's see. So we cleared the backlog here. Still got 5, 6. I don't know. We might need even more. Yeah, look, we're up at 71. Good Lord. Yeah, it's possible. We might, mind you, this is a fairly long line, isn't it? Yeah, this is a fairly long line. Now, what I could do is put in a short line just between here and the station. And I kind of am tempted to do that just to ease this congestion. Because the problem is putting vehicles onto this line, most of the way around the line, they're going to be running empty. And that's going to affect the finances. If we look at the finances, I mean, at the moment, yeah, we're making a half decent profit. But if I put too many vehicles on here, they're going to be running around the line completely empty. And it's only between here and here that they're actually going to make a profit. So I'm thinking maybe we put in just a little line from here to the station just to alleviate the pressure. Go on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see. We've got 2 lines, but we've got 4 platforms here, so we can stick an extra line on. Let's do an extra line. What do I want? Line manager. New line. This is going to be what? This is LB Spar 3, I think. LB Spar 3. Oh, what have I just renamed? Oh no, did I do the right one? LB Spar 3. Let's have a look. LB Spar 3. Where are you? What the hell are line 1 and line 2? I need to. Oh, those are the two train lines that I put in the last episode. I meant to rename them. Oops, my bad. LB Spar 3. Yes, okay. So we want to go from the station. We'll go. Let's see. The problem is turning around. Yeah. That's going to be the issue. Huh. I think it may have to do like a turnaround there. Okay, well, we'll go out there, and then I want to come back through. But I don't need to put that in twice. I need to come back through there and go to the station. So yeah, it's going to go around. Well, it's actually going to go around. Well, no, because I want it to go. I want it to go to that station again. So yeah, I do want it to go to that station again. There we go. That's better. So it's actually going to turn around the end of the street. All right, fine. So let's put some vehicles on there. What do I want? Come on. I wish you wouldn't change the line when you just. It's what it is. Stop complaining, Skye. Where's the depot? Where's my depot? I've no idea where I put my depot, but let's put the depot filter on. I've got a depot there. Oh, the depot's out there. So let's put, what do we want? Buy vehicles. See? Yeah, it's changed it because I've got to find the line. Yeah, I don't really like the way this works. With I wish you could like stay on the line and then just like select the nearest depot or whatever. But yeah, it is what it is. Shut up, Skye. So we'll go with Duxes. Am I going to go with Duxes or yeah? I think I'm going to go with Duxes. We'll put like 1, 2, maybe 3 vehicles on here. Yeah, 3. Put them onto LB Spar. Oh no, we've already got an LB Spar 3. So this should be LB Spar 4. Didn't realise we'd already got a 3. Line manager. LB Spar 3. So you should be LB Spar 4. Okay, LB Spar 4 it is. Boom. There you go. So now, are people going to start switching to LB Spar 4? And apparently, yes, they are. Now, this will probably take a little bit of time to happen. But once those vehicles start picking up, because, I mean, 3 vehicles, and they've only got a fairly short route. Look, is it going to start to get these numbers down? Because even if it's only picking up, like, new people who are coming to the stop and going to here, is it going to start getting this down? Because it'll just take the pressure off the other line. Here we go. So somebody's coming to there. Still a lot of people going to this stop. Did you pick up people? Let's have a look. Yeah, you're only carrying 2. I guess we'll see whether people will switch over to the other line. Like over time. But right now it doesn't seem like many people are going on to the new line. Now what I could do, of course, is stop LB Spar 2 from stopping at this stop. But I don't really want to do that. Okay, we're down to 66, 65, 60. Oh, we might be getting there now. You just turn around. Did you pick anybody up? Pause. Did you pick up anybody? Yeah, 1. Let's keep running it because I want to see. Okay, we're down to 56 now. So it does kind of look like it's working. But I wonder how they decide which line they go on. Because what you'd want them to do is go, oh, that is really busy on that one. I'll go on this one. But I don't think it works like that. 52. Well, we're down from 70, but man, this is taking a bit of time to resolve. Oh, down to 48. Okay, looks like it's working. All right, we'll leave that alone then for a bit. We'll see what happens. But I'm not seeing any passengers appearing on here, and that's kind of... Multiple vehicles are exhausted. Yeah, I'm fully aware. And do I care? No, I really don't. Maintenance is something that we will get onto, though. Oh, I will show you one thing while I think about it. If we go over to Fullerton, right? Emissions are starting to play a part, because over at Fullerton, if we look at this, the emissions, 50%. So instead of our growth, like our overall growth being like, I mean, if we had no emissions, our growth would be like 90%, and instead, our growth is only 40%. So we might want to do something about that. Now, the trams, I've discovered, are really, really noisy. Let's have a look at the emissions. What do I want? Emissions. Look, the trams, my God, they're noisy. So this is something you've really got to think about when putting in tram lines, because, wow, it has a massive impact. So you really only want to use trams in very limited areas, like, and definitely as far away from residential as possible. Where's my here's the dark is the residential, and of course this tram line is going straight through a residential area. So probably what I want to do with Fullerton is train Fullerton. Let's get my train Fullerton and have this central area being the commercial area, and then maybe have the industry on one side and the residential on the other side, and move it away from this central tram line. But we would have to grow Fullerton quite a lot. So I've got to say, right now, I am very tempted to just take the trams off and just use buses, because the buses are less noisy. Although, to be honest, not by that much. Let's go have a look at the emissions in somewhere like Guggets. So if we have a look at Guggets, yeah, lot of emissions going on. Minus 50 there. But then we've got, the thing is, we've got a lot of lines in Guggets. If I bring up the lines manager, you can see we've got a lot of lines running around here. And a certain amount of emissions you can't avoid. I have got the truck lines away from the residential area. I've deliberately routed them. I've actually put in waypoints to route them away from the residential area. But yeah, emissions. I don't know what we're going to be able to do about that. We'll see. We'll see. But you know what? I'm starting to like emissions as a game mechanic, because it actually has an impact. All right, so let's have a little look now at the station statistics and see. So what do we want? So Joburg, our Joburg station is mediocre, because we've got a build-up of passengers. Let's go and have a look. This is the railway station. Let's have a look. Actually, let's have a look at the station. It's only a little bit. It's only a little bit overcrowded. So, and it's line 2. Now, which is line 2? Line 2 is the express line. So let's rename this. So this is going to be TP, train passenger, and it's what is it? Oh, it's Honk Joe. Honk Joe Express. There we go. So now we know what that is. And the other line, which I should name, is the Corpse Hatch Honkelbriff line. Let's go over here. Here we go. Yeah. So this should be TP. No, it's Corpse Honk. Alphabetically. Corp Honk. There we go. All right. So going back over to the Express. By the way, I did have it made me laugh when I read it. I had a comment on the last video saying, "Oh my God, that express line will never make any money. That's just a pure money eater." Like, you mental. The express train is loaded. We actually need to be running multiple trains on here, really. Now, pause. You're coming in. We've got 300 people waiting. And we're only carrying 57. So I think, should we have a bit of an upgrade of this train? I think we probably should. How big can we make this train? Don't you love it when we can start having big trains? What do we want? Where do we want it? We're going to replace you with... So we're running the Russian Class S. And now we're currently running 3 Suburbans. 1, 2, 3. So let's see. If we go up to... Ooh, that's 162. I'll have to check that doesn't block anything by being 2 meters over. But I think it should be okay, actually. Right. Replace that. Cool. And then we'll change the train to... Where are you? The blue train. There we go. I'm starting to like this blue. A little bit. Alrighty, so now you can pull in and you can pick up 114 passengers, which hopefully should reduce that a little bit. So... Oh, there we go. Down below 200. So we'll see now. But, I mean, I am thinking that really we could do with like 2 trains running on there. So if I was going to do that, I'd have to put in a passing place, like in the middle here, which I actually could do because I'm not going to run like local trains between Joburg and Honkelbrief. So we've got local trains running from Joburg to Corpse Hatch and from Corpse Hatch to Honkelbrief, and then we've got the express line, which means that this middle bit, I've got 3 tracks, but these 2 outer tracks are not being used at all. So I could actually switch the express train like onto that line, and at the other end switch it onto the other one, and then we'd have a instant passing place. So I'm thinking we should probably do that. But let's have a look. How are we doing the passenger numbers? See, it's already cranking up. So we've got to wait for the train to go all the way to Honkelbrief and then go all the way back. Now, people did tell me I should put some signals on the express line, and I tell you what, they're probably not wrong. Let's see. I should put a signal in probably before this switch here. So let's have a signal going in before this switch. I don't think it's currently holding anything up. I don't think the express train is stopping anything. People are saying, oh, it's having to, like, your trains are going to have to wait for the express train to get all the way to the station. So they'll be sitting there waiting for hours. I don't think that's happening. Because there are signals around the place. Let's have a look. What do we want? We want to turn signals on. There we go. I'll zoom out a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, but there should be a signal here. So we'll put a signal there. But yeah, I mean, stuff's running in and out. I really don't think that was causing any kind of problem. Okay, well, we're up to 300 again before the blue train has come back. So yeah, we're gonna have to put in a second. We're gonna have to put in a second one, a second blue train. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I think now, how do I put the blue train on? It's here. So I think I want to pause it, probably about there. Yep, because obviously we want these passing in this middle passing place. Now is that about halfway? Ish, kind of, sort of. It may end up waiting a little bit, but you know what? If that happens, it's not the end of the world, really. So how do I want to do this? We're going to want the train to switch onto this line. So let's grab a bit of a train line. And I want this to be a nice smooth switch. So that'll switch over like that. Now on the way back, sorry, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way, you lemon. Let's try that again. So going this way, we want to go onto that one. And coming back, we want to come back. Mind you, I need one on both sides anyway. Huh. Okay. So I'm going to have to do it like... so if we take it from this one, how far down can I drag you? Ooh, quite a long way. Good. You know what? I'll take that as far as it'll go, pretty much. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, pig. So it comes up here and it switches onto that line and it's going to go down the outside line. Coming back now, how far? Okay, there. Coming back. Oh, is that going to work? I don't think that's going to work. Let's try from about there and see how far down I can go. Okay, the furthest I can go down is there. Okay, so coming back, we're going to switch there. And then I need to do the same thing at the other end. So going this way. So from, say, about... well, you know what? How about there? Line up with my other switches. Let's do that. And then, so going this way, it's going to go like that. And then coming back, will you do that? Yes, you will. And you know what? That'll do, pig. Boom. Alrighty. So now, I've just got to make the line actually do that. And I can do that, I think, fairly easily. If I get my, well, let's see. Where's the... Honkabriff Joe Express. Oh, you know what? It's already done it automatically because it's very, very clever. Good train. Good train. Well done. Oh, no. It's going down the out one. We don't want you to do that. So it's almost right, but not quite. Okay, so what I need to do to make sure that it stays on this middle line here, I think, is put in a couple of waypoints. I think that's like the easiest way to do it. So let's put in a waypoint like there. And we'll configure the line and say, so this is going from Honkabriff to Joburg, so we want to add a station there and say, go through that waypoint. And then coming back, go through that waypoint as well. And hooray, it's switched onto that. So then, okay, it's going down the middle line, coming up the outer one. Which is actually fine, but I think we'll put a couple of waypoints in, or I could actually use these signals. You know what? Let's use the signals. So let's say we want on the way from Honkabriff. First of all, we want you to go through that, right? And then on the way back, you're going to go from Joburg through that waypoint, and then we're going to add that one. Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. Okay, and I think the only thing now we need to do is put in a waypoint in between these two signals. What do I want? Waypoint, track. And waypoint goes in there. And what do I want to do? Line. So, after Honkabriff City, this is going to be the first waypoint, isn't it? Yes, it is. So you're going to go through there. Hooray, that's moved it. And then after the last signal, we want to go through this waypoint as well. Boom. All right, cool. That has done it. Now I should be able to add another blue train. So what do I want to do? I want to buy vehicles. Russian class S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Yeah, 162. Buy. Put you onto Honkabriff Joe Express. And you know what? The express line needs to be blue. So I might have to change some of these other lines. But this line's got to be blue, hasn't it? You've got to be blue. Which means, which is the blue one then? It's the Corpse Hatch Honkabriff. Nah, that's the wrong one. Let's try the station. Yeah, Corpse Honk. Let's change the colour of that. Corpse Honk. Let's change the colour to, I don't know, anything else basically. Light green. Does that make stuff visible? Yes, it does. All right, cool. Let's crank this up then. I want to see this train. I want to see you pull out of here. Let's have a look. So, here comes the new express train, and you need to be blue. So that's right on board. So I need to go to details, down to the bottom, and change the colour to blue. Hooray, we've got 2 blue trains. Now, you are just pulling into the station. Pause. Let's see, where's the other one? The other one's just pulling out of the station. Okay, so I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you to stop. And so, you pull in. How many people are waiting, though, at this end? Oh, lots, apparently. Yeah, there's still 82 people to pick up. And we've just doubled the frequency of these trains. Stop. And you can be unstopped now. So, let's run this and see where they pass. Go. Oh, man. This episode's running long, and I tell you what, I could do this for hours playing around and just fine-tuning everything like this. Go away, autosave. I want to see where these trains pass. I've got a sneaking suspicion that this train is going to be ahead of the other train. Let's see. So, the one blue train has now entered the passing place. Where's the other blue train? Oh, he's had to stop. He's had to stop and wait. Now, we don't want you waiting there. We want you to be waiting further up here. So, I'm going to put in a signal before this switch, I think. So, we want a signal there. So you can move up a bit. Right, so, go. Alrighty. Now, this train, remember, I stopped this train. So, I'm thinking that passing place is probably going to be about right. Kind of, sort of, ish. But, you know what? There's going to be some delays going into Corpse Hatch because this is very congested. Now, some people have said, oh man, like, expand the station and put in more tracks and all the rest of it. Yeah, I could do that. I don't want to because I kind of want this to be congested and I want to have to cope with it. Now, I might expand it at some point. So, for example, I might put in a flyover here and have the freight train. But I really don't want to expand this bridge by much. Is the thing. So, the blue train has now made its way into the station. Now, what's the other blue train doing? This is the thing, because I think it's going to be already well on its way back. Yeah, it's well on its way back. So I think our express train is going to have to wait here a bit for this express train to get there. Let's see, how long do you have to wait? So here it comes. Let's make, because I didn't put in a signal at this end, did I? No, I didn't. So you're on this line. So now we've got a signal there, but what we should do is put a signal further up here. Now, these 3 lines are all dedicated to the express anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I could put a signal up here. So it's, well, if I can, yeah, there I can put a signal. I wonder, can I put a signal? Now I could put a signal there. Then it would have kind of a lot less waiting time, potentially. Because it can move from there all the way up to there. Okay, we'll do that. Go. See how this works. There comes the express train flying along. And then it's got to stop. You know what? It hasn't got to wait for very long. That I can live with. And that ran into quite a bit of congestion going into Honkelbrief. Yeah, we can live with that. Now, some people might go, oh, no, I don't want my trains waiting. I want it to run straight in. And, you know, if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But I think, you know, trains do have to wait. Trains do have to deal with congested lines and whatever. And I want a bit of that going on. In previous series, I've always kind of just like expanded the lines so that nothing's waiting and everything's just flying around. But I think it's cool to have this kind of stuff going on. But I am thinking that this train needs to have its own freight line. I think I'm going to have to extend this bridge by one. If you've got a view on that, or anything else that we have touched on in this episode, then leave me a comment, and I will catch you for the next one. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.